Good morning. Morning. Hello. Hello. Good morning. 見て見て、見えだよ。おはようございます。Hello. Hello. ねえ。あ、Hi. Let's get you comfy. Musica. Caffeine music. Did you guys sleep well? Good morning. Yeah. Who's here today? Where should I start? Hi Riot, hi Kyle, hi Tom, hi Thomas, hello Night, hi Mikey, hi Rich, hello. Hi Starlight, good morning. It's early for you too, why are you awake? Hello babe, hi Ki, hello Anika, hi Heroes, hello Nazu. Good morning, wait Nazu, why are you awake? You should go back to sleep. Did I sleep enough? I think so. I woke up at 9:30. I slept around, I'd say 3, give or take. Because I kept rolling around. Couldn't fall asleep. Yeah! Okay, I gotta tell you guys about the merch. Last night actually, Moo, the person who's in charge of all the merch in KAWA, she told me that all of my individual orders were shipped out. The only ones that are remaining are orders that were mixed with other merchandise. Like, say you bought something of mine and then bought something of Pasta's, it would have taken a bit longer, so it might not have shipped out yet. But for those who bought like individual merch, it should be out. Yeah. I have some cookies for breakfast. I'm gonna eat vanilla one instead, not the chocolate one. I'm gonna wait for a bit later to eat that one. Also, I need to find the music for you guys. Hold on, what am I doing? Hold on a sec. Hold on, the headphones. Aww. Thank you for shilling my merch off. 1 second. How long is this? Hold on. Oh, this is loud for me. Make it quiet. And I sleep good. I had really good sleep. I had a weird dream last night. Like, it was very unexpected to dream about something like this. I have so many stories to tell you guys about what happened last night. It's a very interesting night, I think. So I think it was... Okay, I dreamt that I was in school again. Of all places, I dreamt that I was in school again. And, I was taking a class. It was math. I remember it was math. Math is one of my worst subjects in school. I'm very bad at doing any kind of arithmetic, and I can do it to an extent. Like I'm not like completely bad at it. I'm not horrible. I managed to get like an A in math at some point. I remember that, but it's the fact that I had to do it. I just did not like it. I'm not a math person. I can do it. I just don't like it. So I was in like maybe secondary school, and my sister told me, you can take this math class and you won't fail. Like, it's one of those kind of classes where you can take it and with no consequence not go to every class, and you can still pass it if you take the final. And you know, there are classes like that, right? There's courses you can take that are relatively simple, I think. So I took that math class and didn't go to any of the classes until the end of the year, where you know how you have those revision classes that last maybe like 2 days. That's what I attended, and I was like, oh fuck, I don't understand anything. So during the exam itself, I remember I made up some really strange formula. Like, it was so weird. I made it up. It made no sense. I don't think it's legitimate. I remember seeing a little H symbol and like a triangle of some sort. But this is not chemistry, so I know it wasn't talking about like like kinetic energy and stuff like that. It wasn't that. It was, you know, you have the delta symbol and an H. That's very much chemistry and physics stuff. It's not that. We weren't talking about kinetic energy, but it was like, you know when you have a left and right arrow? It was kind of like that, and then with an equal sign in between it. And I'm like, what the heck is this? I remember it because that was such a weird, strange part of my dream that I knew didn't exist, and I was like, this is definitely a dream. Which is how I knew it was like a bit of a lucid dream, or I was about to wake up. I don't know, but it was the fact that I recognized that it wasn't a real thing. Yeah. It was weird, right? Hi, hello, Ruby. Good morning. It's weird, right? It's really freaking strange. I didn't think it was legitimate either, but I just made a thing. I made up a thing. And that was my dream. That's what I dreamt about last night. 아, 먹고. 미안. 헬로, 안녕하세요. 저는 아침이다. Hi, nice, hello. Did you guys like my thumbnail, by the way? I made a menu. You can order things off the menu. 음, 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 음. 안녕. 안녕, 좋아? 귀엽지? 나도 그렇게 생각해. 여기. Here, maybe? I like my glasses. Your thumbnail's nice in the back end. It's pretty, thank you. I tried to pick colors that weren't like all flashbangy. This one's the more muted color. There's definitely others I could have picked, but I figured this one would be the least painful. See, I could have picked pink as well, but it's very bright. I think I also got a blue one. And then these as well, but very bright. I didn't think it would fit. I didn't think you guys would appreciate such a bright color in the morning, so yeah, I picked a darker one. Yeah. Oh my god, so my YouTube Premium membership ran out. I need to purchase it again. It's been a year. Whoa. Individual memberships is $12.99 per month. Whoa. Per month? That's a lot. You like my accent? British beer. Thank you. I get very conscious about my accent, you guys know that. But today's an exception. I don't know, I felt comfortable doing it. I'm getting more comfortable doing it. I need to get my membership. There's a student membership too, but I'm not a student anymore. So I can't pick that one. I know. Music. Oh, it's cheaper just to get the music membership. But if you get the individual ones... Ah. Hi, Brett. My GPU is worth every bit, but still expensive. Let's see. Should I get YouTube Premium? I really like the ad-free stuff. And background play. And music. It helps a lot. Get the annual plan. Should I get the annual one? It's $129.99 for an entire year. Jesus. Why so... 120... Why? Maybe family... It's good. I asked my family if they wanted to do the whole family plan thing, and they said no. They weren't willing. I'd ask my friends if they're down. Yeah. Hi, Harum. Hello, sir. Ads waste too much time for YT heavy consumers. That's true. I'm very much a family, not family, a YouTube heavy consumer. I'm on it every day. There's not a day I'm not on it. Go through the shorts and stuff and watch other people's streams. Sometimes I just watch really random K-pop stuff too, like variety shows. Good morning, Trouty. You need to your complaint. No, I have a latte. I made myself a latte. Well, actually, no, I made myself hot chocolate. But you know, look, I have a matcha latte right there. Until you give you YT music stuff. That is true. I use it a lot when I drive. It's so expensive. I don't even earn that much in a week sometimes. No, that's scary. That's a scary amount of money. Should I do it? Family plan does say if you use with family or friends, but none of my family or friends want to. I mean, I can ask them just in case. I'll do it right now. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, I messaged him. Alright. Yeah, I messaged my friends. I did it. If they say no, they say no. You know, I just do a month if the one-off seems too much, but I want to save my money, and if I do it in 1 year, if I do the 1 year thing, it saves me money. It's a try to pay online. Yeah. I must marry on different email, but individual emails has yeah. That's why I'm like, I like the I like that you can have multiple accounts though, on one premium thing. It just seemed a lot better. I should tell you guys what happened last night too. Oh my god, Naz. You're not wrong, there are add-ons for those things, but I don't have them. I don't. When I'm driving in my car and there's a bunch of ads, oh wait. I remember the day that I went out for lunch with my family and they ditched me, right? Or at least I thought they did. They ditched me. And after having lunch with them, I went out with my cousins to a mall to like cool off and stuff and have some Starbucks, and I came back full of caffeine, right? Remember that day? That was earlier this week, I think. It was on Monday. And when I was in the car and I was driving them, I put up my YouTube music because that's what I'm so used to using, because I had the premium thing. And an ad played and I was like, oh fuck. And me and my cousins, we waited for that ad to like finish before we picked a song or something. And it just never finished. I kept pressing the play button and it was frozen. So just ads kept playing over and over and over again. And it wouldn't stop. I don't know why, but it wouldn't. It wouldn't. So I was stuck there just listening to ads like all the way to the mall, which is only like a 2-minute drive, 3-minute drive away from where we actually were. But it's the fact that I couldn't play any music the entire ride. I did restart it. I did. Nothing. And it's connected through the CarPlay thing, so like I guess restarting it on my phone won't really have the same effect as doing it on the car, but yeah, 3 minutes of just trying to press play because my one of my cousins sat in front. She just kept tapping the screen like fucking play already, and nothing. We got nothing. It sucks. It happened again. I went for lunch. No, I went for dinner with my cousins as well. Same cousins. It was last week on a Saturday, I believe. Yeah, it was Saturday night, and both of them, I had to pick them up, and I drove us to the restaurant. And the same thing happened. Like I gave them my phone. Like I asked them, "Hey, can you play some music? Like I don't know what you guys like nowadays, but can you play something? I just don't want to drive in silence." So I asked them, and they're like, "Okay, yeah, sure, we'll do it." And the ad thingy, it wouldn't freaking go. I was just like, what the? It just on the CarPlay screen. There's the go back and the forward button and the play button in the middle. It's very basic. You don't have anything else. You can't slide through it. You can't skip parts of a song. You have to listen to the entire thing. So instead of there actually being a song on there, it just had the word advertisement like splat center, and we couldn't budget. No matter how much we pressed other buttons, nothing. Couldn't skip it. Nothing. It was just so frustrating. And my sister, Chloe, she told me she uses Spotify instead, which is, good for her. But I feel like it just makes more sense for me to have a YouTube Premium instead, because I'm on it so much and I literally have a job on YouTube. I think it makes the most sense to do it through this. I know it's more expensive, but it makes more sense. I'm not shitting on it or anything. I know my sister uses it, and I don't blame her. It is cheaper, but for her, it's only like $30 a year. Me, up to $130 a year. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, and not including tax. Because in Canada, we get fucking taxed a shit ton. I don't wanna. It's a lot of money. I'll bear with it for now, at the very least. I can do that. Yeah. Mm, 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 mm. Well, my sister doesn't really watch YouTube videos in the first place. She's more of an Instagram, TikTok kind of girl. Mm. Alright, so yesterday, when you gonna listen to the covers your friends released, that is true. Very true. I need to talk to you guys about yesterday. So, before movie night, which was really, really fun, by the way. I'm so sad some of you missed it, but it was really fucking good. Before that, I had dinner with my family, and last night was a night when my mom was like, I don't want to cook today, I'm just gonna buy food so that we don't have to cook. And she brought home some Chinese food. But alongside that, she bought bingsu. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but bingsu. Yeah, but bingsu. You guys ever had bingsu before? It's shaved ice, Korean shaved ice cream, and an Oreo and Indomie flavor. Ah, こんにちは。また来たね。はい。おかえり。Not heard of it now. No, so bingsu is like... I think it's best if you just look it up yourself, because I don't know how to explain it, but it's a bowl of shaved ice. And very creamy. More ice cream. Like, it's like shaved ice cream. Yeah. Think of it like that. And there's like condensed milk. There's a lot of different flavors, really. I'm very picky. I like Indomie and I like Oreo. I do like matcha, but I hate red bean. There's tiramisu flavors too. Yeah. I do like bingsu a lot though. My mom bought two home. Yesterday there was a heat warning, so it was very hot. But she bought some home, and it was very, very nice. So while my sister and I were... We both decided, let's have the ice cream first. And then the proper dinner, because we didn't want it to melt yet, and we didn't want to put it in the fridge and then eat it after. So we both just had it. And while we were talking, it was me, my mom, my sister, just at the dining table. I was next to my mom, and my sister was to my left. My mom was on my right. And my sister sat at the head of the table, and me and my mom sat on the side of it. So what happened was... my mom was talking to my sister when I came down. They were already talking, but when I came down, my mom was like, I was just telling, like, Mia about how each person has changed so much in this family because our careers have also changed. And I was like, wait, what? What do you mean? I don't think I've changed at all. And she was like, no, maybe you just didn't realize it. I'm like, oh, really? You sure? You sure about that? And she's like, yeah, just hear me out. So, yeah, my sister also kept pushing me, like, yeah, how has Mia changed? She hasn't. And my mom was like, okay, well, ever since joining KAWA Entertainment, she's taken VTubing more seriously. It's very much her job, and she's really getting into this industry as a career. And I was like, okay, well, that's true. But what do you mean that I've changed, like, personality-wise? Because she said that I had, and she's like, how do I explain this? Say again. She said that in the past, I used to be the type of person that would always ask for someone's company to go to new places. Like, I'd be very anxious person. Or, like, if I needed help with something, if it was something small, I would ask someone to do it with me. Like, I was just a very anxious person with new situations. And she's like, nowadays, Mia's the kind of person that would not be scared of doing things by herself. And she reaches out to people a lot more. And she's taken a more mature approach to her daily living. So, like, sleep schedule stuff, managing everything with KAWA, and, you know, going to LA and organizing that all by myself. She's like, that's something that you would not have done had you done it last year. Like, you would have asked one of us to go with you to LA. But you've changed to a point where you didn't need us anymore. And I was like, okay, that's true. I can see that. So she's not wrong. I just think it was like a bit of an eye-opener for myself to think about it that way. Like, oh wow, you're right. Like going to new places is she's correct in the fact that I get really anxious if I don't know where I'm going. Like if I'm going to a new restaurant or something, I need to know where it is, where I'm gonna park that day, and pray that, you know, I can do it. But I'd always look it up in advance. Like I'm a very anxious person like that. But now that I've become a part of KAWA and stuff, I'm not as anxious anymore if things go according to my plan exactly the way I want it to. That independence, yeah. I really miss that. I felt like I had a lot of that when I was in university, because I would drive and I would go downtown, I'd go to school, and I really would have my own way of just doing things and living life until I got back home, right? Because I commuted about 2 hours every day. And I missed having that. I felt like I didn't have that for a very long time after graduating, and especially because COVID happened. Like I was just stuck at home all the time. I had school online. I graduated during COVID. So I had no proper ceremony, and I didn't get to really properly say goodbye to my friends either. And it felt so empty, you know? All my independence just kind of was whisked away with COVID when COVID came. So since I graduated, I've only had like remote jobs. Yeah, I barely went outside in person. Like I had a research job that was hybrid, so I barely went out. And I then soon after, while doing research, started doing VTubing stuff, and ever since it's been that and that only. So I felt like I lost a lot of that independence that I built up. Going to new places, deciding where to go by myself, it just disappeared. But since having KAWA behind me, I feel like I've changed a lot. Yeah, it is a positive change. I just hadn't realized it until my mom really pointed out. She's like, this is what you do differently. Like if you were given this situation, last year you would have done this, but this year you would have done this instead. You know, she made it very clear to me, like, this is how you've changed. And it was a good eye-opener. I really wanted to hear it, because it's a good thing, right? The change that happened was a good thing. Yeah. Oh, hi, Patrick. Hello. Yeah. So, we were talking about me, right? Like, that's a great change. Wonderful change, I think. And I'm gonna keep doing it, I hope. But then, I was like, okay, well, that's enough about me. What about Chloe? What about Chloe? I don't want to talk about myself anymore. Yeah. I think, thanks to my mom, it became very clear what I was good at, what I wasn't good at, and what happened last year that happened different this year. Like, the way that I approached going into KAWA versus, like, you know, doing things on my own, talking to people, messaging people, and actually learning about more industry-related things compared to last year when I was very much just on my own having fun, right? Or more on my, like, more having fun. I still treated it like a job, but it was so lax in that I got to decide every little thing. You know, I didn't have to do meetings or anything, but, you know, I decided what I wanted, no matter what. With KAWA, there are things that, you know, I might not even want to do, but I still do anyway. Yeah, okay, let me talk about Chloe. Because I thought this was really funny. My mom focused on Chloe when I told her to, and I was like, my sister has this very big issue that I don't think she could ever get rid of. Is when she thinks about things, it's very black and white. She doesn't have much of a gray area. I'm a different kind of person. My mom is the one who made this analogy. With my sister, it's like there's a black and a white and a very thin strip of gray. For me, it's like smaller sections of black and white and a wider gray area.
My mom, her gray area would be probably in between me and my sisters. I have like a very big gray area of the way I think. So I guess you can put it in like a way where if I talk to someone and I don't understand their opinion, I would ask questions and try to understand it instead of being like, no, you're wrong, I'm right. My sister, on the other hand, is the kind of person who would listen to someone and be like, okay, you can think that, but I think of it like this and this and this, and I'm right, you're wrong. That's how she thinks of things. Because with me being a streamer, right, I talk to people all the time. And I like to hear what you guys are talking about, how you think, and what you're doing throughout the day, right? And, you know, sometimes I talk about more controversial things like VTubing stuff related, right? Or like, it could even just be something as simple as I hate berries and everyone who likes berries is an abomination to the earth, right? It could be as simple and funny as that. But I'm willing to listen at the very least. Oh, I want to sneeze. Ah, not it passed. Yeah. So, or like, if you told me that, I don't know, matcha is the worst flavor in the world, I'd be like, okay, I like it, but why do you hate it then? There's got to be a reason. I'm willing to listen. I wouldn't try and convince someone like, no, you're wrong. Matcha is the best flavor in the world, right? It's very much like I'm willing to listen to other people's opinions and kind of try my best to understand why maybe something makes them feel uncomfortable, right? My dad, not my dad. I read knows my dad. Yeah, see, my sister's the same way. My sister's very much the same way. So Chloe was like, no, I'm not like that. I don't try and push my opinions on people. I'm not always right. I admit when I'm wrong. Or like, I let other people's opinions be heard. I'm like, uh-huh, yeah, sure you do. And she's like, alright, name one time that I was like, I'm always right and you're wrong. And my mom stepped in and was like, well, it's because of your work that you're like that. And she was like, working Korea, like me and my nursing stuff. And mom's like, yeah, as a nurse, you have to make really quick decisions. And, you know, you work in the ER, so it's even worse. And you don't really have much time to hear everybody out. Maybe you hear them tell you, oh, like, this hurts, this hurts. And you're like, okay, if you're feeling that way in those two things, this is what I'm gonna do, and you're gonna take it. Right? Like, she has to be quick about it. So she was like, okay, fine, but that's with work. Like, I have to be like that at work. I have to be, you know, like if she thinks she's wrong or she could be wrong, then things could go wrong, right? As a nurse, I think you would want, if you were getting treatment at the ER, I think it's right that you would want your nurse to know exactly what to do with you, instead of appear to have a little bit of doubt. I was like, oh, maybe it's not that. Maybe we could do something different, right? So it makes sense that she thinks that way. But then she's like, okay, but that's at work. In real life, I'm not like that. I'm willing to listen to people. I'm not always right. I'm like, I started laughing a fuck ton. Good morning, Raylish. Good morning. Have a cup of tea. mm. Mom's good at that. Especially our mom. I'm sure that went down well. I just started laughing. Yeah, there is a correct way to behave at all times. At least in that situation, I think. But in real life, I don't... Personally, I think it's very stressful to think that you're always right and my opinion is always right. Because what if you are wrong and then you get told you are wrong and it's very blatantly obvious that you are wrong? You're gonna feel like shit. So, I don't know. I feel like if we want to live life having fun and just being more carefree about it, I don't want... I'm willing to admit that I'm not right all the time. Like, I feel like it'd be way too stressful otherwise. So, yeah, my sister was like, okay, but that's at work. Me outside of work is not like that. I'm willing to listen. I'm an empathetic person. I'm willing to always, like, I'm willing to admit that I'm wrong. I'm willing to say that I'm not right. And I just, but when I heard that, like, I really did just burst out laughing. I was like, what the heck? And she was like, okay, fine, name a situation where I'm not always right and I've admitted that I'm wrong, or like, or the opposite. She's like, just name a situation where I've done that in real life, where I'm like, I'm right, you're wrong. She just asked for an example, and I had one instantly. So I have this friend, right? She recently got into a long distance relationship, and I told her that. I told her that my friend's in a long distance relationship a while ago. This was, I don't know if you remember this, but I went with my sister to walk the dogs a while back. And I brought it up with her. I told her, yeah, my friend's in a... She, while on that dog walk, I know she remembers this, but on that dog walk, I remember telling her, oh yeah, so this happened to my friend recently. They're in a long distance relationship. They haven't really met in person yet or anything, but they know what each other looks like and they do things like together all the time. So I would classify that as a long distance relationship, right? And my sister was like, she quickly didn't even think about it. She was just like, that's not a relationship. And I was like, whoa. Like, that was a very quick like opinion statement, right? That's not a relationship. And I told her straight up, like, that is what you said that day, is when I told you about my friend having a long distance relationship and I explained the situation to you, you instantly said that's not a relationship. You completely invalidated them in the span of a second. Not even. Like, I didn't even finish explaining this entire thing and you're like, that's not a relationship. You instantly said it. And she was like, well, it's not. Like, she kept trying to like defend it. She's like, well, it's not a relationship. Like, they haven't even met in person. That just equals not a relationship. And I was like, whoa, okay. See what I mean? This is what we're talking about. You asked for a situation where I said, where you were like, you're like, I'm right, you're wrong. That is one. And she was like, well, yeah, you said it too. You agreed with me that it wasn't. I'm like, that's because you kept pushing for it. I'm the kind of person where if someone's so pushy about an opinion and I just don't want to talk about it anymore, I'm like, okay, all right, sure, it's not a relationship, okay. But I don't actually think that. I just want to give up. Like, I don't want to talk about it anymore because it's so frustrating to try and explain something that, okay, no, well, it is because, you know, maybe they define it that way, or, you know, you have no right to tell them how they're feeling. Why are you trying to define a relationship that's not yours? And, you know, she just was like, nope, they didn't see each other in person. They haven't made any plans to see each other in person. They've never been on a proper date. They're not in a relationship then. Okay, all right, okay, fine. If you say so. She was just because, yeah, I was frustrated. I didn't want to deal with it anymore. It really is not worth dealing with. I think in the past I would have tried to fight it a bit more, but ever since I started streaming, I think I've just been more open to talking to people about things that if someone's trying to push for an opinion so much, I just stop. I can't. Managing is the key to happiness. So, you know, obviously I told her, like, that day, you kept pushing for it. You kept telling me that is not a relationship. And I was like, if my friend had heard her that day, she would have been hurt. Very hurt, I think. So, I'm just thinking, if I hadn't been the one that told my sister, if it was my friend that said it to her, she would have been very hurt, indirectly. Like, she's being hurt indirectly through me, and I feel very bad about it. It's not a situation that I want to be in. Like, if I told my sister, like, oh yeah, I met someone, I haven't met them in person yet, but I met someone and they're great and I like them a lot, she's gonna be like, you're not in a relationship, don't do it. And it would be like, okay, but you don't even know half of the story of what happened or something, you know? Like, I'd probably try and fight it a little bit, but at some point I think I would just be like, this is not worth my time. Like, I don't have to validate myself for someone who's clearly got an opinion that won't change about something. So I told her straight up at the dinner table last night, like, this is what I mean. You won't even hear out another side. You just completely invalidated an opinion with yours because you think you're right and everyone else is wrong. And I talked to my mom. I was like, what do you think? And she was similar to me, where she was like, well, I think in a situation like this, it's not up to someone else to define what two people have. And, you know, their relationship is very much as valid as anybody else's. Just because, you know, not like just because you met online instead of in person does not mean that it's not a relationship, right? It's still a relationship to them. So let them be. And my sister was like, okay, but... And she kept going and going. And me and my mom looked at each other like, this is what we mean. This is what we mean. Yeah, thank you, Flame. Thank you. I want people to have the happiness too. Yeah, she just did not know when to stop. And then my dad came by. And my sister was like, wait, dad. And she tried to explain that particular situation to my dad. And my dad was like, okay, well, I see why you don't think it's a relationship. Because, you know, going on dates, like... my sister put it in a very specific way of saying it's the little things that matter. Like when you go on a date, you pull out a chair for someone, or when you pick someone up, you open the car door for them. Okay, you can say those are things that, like, mannerisms, dating mannerisms, right? But I don't think those things define the relationship in total. Those are all physical little things. You can do other things online that you can't do in person, right? Like saying good morning, good night, asking how your day's going. Like, even if it's like working with each other, like you're doing your own thing. Maybe like, I don't know. If I was playing Genshin, I'd like to be in the presence of someone that I like, even if they do a completely different thing. I still think that's nice, you know? But my sister, she was just like, that's just sitting in silence in front of your computer. And my dad was like, yeah, I don't think that really counts. And I'm like, okay. Alright, if that's what you think. Okay. Any expressions between the other things of... Exactly! Like, you don't have to do those things in person, I think. To show that you love someone, I don't think that it has to completely be with physical actions. Thank you, Rayless. You understand me. You understand it. I think it's an expression of affection. It's a very nice expression of affection too. The fact that you can be in silence with someone or just near someone without it being awkward and you're just enjoying someone's company, I think that's expression in itself. Oh, that's your favorite. Oh, is that your top, like, love language? Yeah. Yeah, you can do it online too. I don't think you need to do it in person. The fact that, like, maybe they hadn't met is what got my sister... Like, they haven't met in person is what got her to be like, no, that's not a relationship. You know? And I was like, okay. It's like, okay. Fine. I don't like it when someone pushes for that opinion so strongly. It's like you can't define what other people have. And just because you don't understand it doesn't mean that it's not valid. Right? Like, that's just my opinion though. Okay? Like, I wish that it was so, like... I wish it was easier to get points across to someone like that. I mean, you all clearly know people who are similar, where they think they're right and everyone else in the world is wrong. It's very textbook, right? Like, if you're in school and you're learning something through a textbook, you intake that information and believe that it's true because that's what you're learning. But I don't know, in situations where it's more emotionally driven than theoretical or through evidence-based stuff, like I feel like, in that sense, you don't really have a right to tell people what's right and wrong. I mean, obviously, unless it does harm to someone, because that's just morals and ethics. But, like, in an emotionally driven situation, I don't really think anyone else has the right to dictate that is right, that's wrong, or this is how you should feel instead. Or have you ever considered something else? You know? it. There are situations where I really do think that it's good to have a very strict line between right and wrong. But I don't know. This is very much like it's supposed to be a happy, good feel kind of thing, and it's not really. I don't know. My sister was kind of making it sound like this is very black and white. A relationship is never black and white. She is literally in one. And I think after that conversation, I kept thinking about it with my mom, and we were talking about, oh, this is why your boyfriend is so good for you. Because when we talked to him, her boyfriend, very great guy, by the way, he is the kind of person that will hear out everybody's opinions before truly making a judgment on it for himself. Like, before forming an opinion, he will hear many different perspectives first. So I told him about my friend as well. And my sister instantly, like, this was before the talk with my mom. It was 3 days ago. It was me, my sister, and her boyfriend. Us three had dinner together. And that was the day where we were walking the dogs, and I told her about my friend. So that was the topic of conversation when I brought it up with her boyfriend. And I explained, okay, this is what my friend is going through right now. I tried to leave my personal opinion out of it as I explained it, and my sister instantly, once I finished, was like, see, it's not a relationship. She's like, look, it's not a relationship. And her boyfriend was like, wait, I just want to hear what Mia has to say about it. Shush. Because my sister had already talked to him about it. And I was like, no, I think they're very valid in their feelings. If they want to define it as such, then they should. And my sister was like, no, but proceeds to explain every reason why it shouldn't be considered a relationship in her eyes. And then her boyfriend was like, okay, well, hear her out, right? Like, this is what's happened. Maybe her friend is feeling like blah, 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 blah. Or, you know, they're feeling like happy things right now. This is not up to you to define, maybe. Like, to them, this is what it is. Like, he was trying to calm her down. Because she was so worked up about it. How I was being given a say in what this relationship was between my friend and her supposed boyfriend, right? Like, the fact that I was being given a chance to say something about why my sister was wrong already triggered that. It triggered her so much. And I was like, okay, I like your boyfriend way more now. I hear what you happened, what they said happened, what actually happened. Yeah. Look, your opinion doesn't matter to their relationship. Exactly. I mean, I think we tried to extend it to a greater, like, scheme of things, a grand scheme of things, of like, if this happened to a person, theoretically, a hypothetical person to another, and this happened, and it wasn't my friend, like, it was a completely random person, I had no idea, I didn't know, would this thinking still apply? And I'm like, yeah, of course it would. So, yeah. Do you think she'll mellow out? It's not a want to be right, it's a need to be right. Yeah. Bayless, you're not like that anymore, though. At least not from what I can see. At that point. Yeah. Like, the thing is, she barely gave me a say. If I had continued to talk and my sister's boyfriend was not there, she would have shut me down. I would not have been able to get a word in. I know that, because it's happened. Oh no, Tom. That's what I think too. I mean, unless it goes against the law or something, then maybe. But, I mean, having a relationship with someone is what it is. I mean, it's not law-abiding or whatever, but, you know, it's a feeling. It's a good feeling. Yeah, that's why me and my mom were like, your boyfriend's very good for you. And it just... Did your sister have a change your mom noticed? Yeah, that was it. It's just that ever since she started nursing a lot more seriously this year, because she got her job at the ER this year, or at least she worked in the ER last year too, but just different role. Now she's taken on a more, like, she got promoted or something, or she moved up, or she's going to different wards. But as far as I know, this year she had a more stressful job at a new hospital, and it put her in a situation where she started from the bottom, and people were like, "Oh, you come from this place? Yeah, you're not gonna survive here." And she had to work really hard to get to where she was now. And throughout all of that, she had to have that kind of personality where she knew exactly what she was doing and she couldn't be wrong. She was like that before, just not as much. Now it's just much stronger. Like, she won't hear me out anymore. I know last year we could still have very deep conversations about, like, I don't know, like family things, friend things. This is what I'm up to, this is what you're up to. And we would hear each other out a lot. But now that she's worked and is doing what she's doing now, it hurts. Like, I can talk to her, don't get me wrong. This is just like one situation out of many. But there are times where she will talk like properly and hear me out. But it always ends up feeling like, if I'm having a problem, or if I'm feeling a certain way about someone, like, I'm really uncomfortable with this person, this happened. And or maybe like, oh yeah, I did this and this today. She'll come up with a way to make it seem like, oh, you should have done this instead. Or she'll be like, if you're having a problem, do it this way to solve it. It's always been like that. It's just a lot worse now. Less patient? Yeah, she's much less patient now. Poke-san, ohayo. Ohayo gozaimasu. And it is what it is. It makes me uncomfortable sometimes. And clearly I just give up. But I've come to terms with it. I just let it be. It's not worth fighting. I've lost the will to fight. See, that's what me and my mom were talking about, right? Is she does it so much that we all just give up. But the thing is, she doesn't even work that much in a week. She works maybe 3 times a week. They're 12-hour shifts regardless, but she still works only 3 days a week. It's not as much as it used to be. And I feel like, because she's doing less nursing nowadays, she used to do it way more often, but nowadays it's actually decreased quite a bit, I think. Like, she stepped back from taking so many shifts. She's actually, what's the word? Like, she is happier now. I think that she's not as stressed out with taking so many shifts and earning money. But let's just say I can't wait for this weekend when she goes for her week-long trip to Aruba or something. She's going to some kind of island, I believe. And she just is away for a while so that she can reset herself. Yeah. You know, I really hate when this happens. Like, maybe I'll be in the middle of something. Like, I'm streaming. Or I'm eating. Or I'm in the shower. Say it's something that I can't really pause and get out of, right? Like, streaming, it's not like just because she comes in, I'm gonna end the stream and go, right? Or if I'm in the shower, it's not like if I have shampoo in my hair, it's not like I'm just gonna turn off the shower and go. But it's always in those situations that she asks me for something. It happens a lot during streams. I just try not to show it, where she'll call or she'll text, and she'll be like, when are we gonna walk the dogs? Say it's an afternoon stream, right? And it's about 5 o'clock. She'll be like, when are we gonna walk the dogs? Can we walk them now? We should go now. And I'll be like, I can't, I'm streaming. And she'd be like, well, end your stream. Hurry up, let's go. We gotta go now. And I'm like, I'm literally working right now. Can you shut up and let me do what I need to do? And I tried to not reply when she asked me for things like that, because it takes my focus away from the stream to have to type out a message and respond. So I actually just leave her on red until I actually finish the stream. I have tried to call and text her during her shifts as well, because my mom told me to call her for something, maybe like, oh yeah, when are you coming home tonight, things like that. And she'll come to me the next day, be like, you know I was working, why'd you call me? I'm like, okay. Oh, fucking gay. Yeah. Yeah, It's happened. So yeah, if I'm in the shower, like the other day, when she knocked on my door to ask if I was still going, it's like, are you going? It's like, clearly I'm in the shower preparing to leave. Did you think I was not going? Like, it's not like that. Still not realizing your work is serious? Yeah. She's been supportive of it, you know. She knows what I'm doing. She knows exactly what I'm doing. She's seen my streams. Even her boyfriend watches my streams. She knows. And I still love her. But God, sometimes, yeah, it can be very draining. And I just wish that the rest of my family would take it as seriously. My mom does. She's very open to it. She's very aware that this is a serious job that I do, where like I have a company, I have meetings, I have to talk much sometimes, I have collabs and networking stuff to do, I have to edit a lot of things, and I do earn a monthly salary. It varies because it's mostly off of memberships and donors, super chats, things like that, ad revenue. It's all in that. So it varies, but the fact is I am able to afford things and live my daily life comfortably, and that's enough, right? For her, that's enough to consider what I'm doing as a full-time job, and that alone is very, very nice to have, because not everyone gets that, especially as a VTuber, right? It's hard to tell your parents that you're an anime girl on the internet, so she accepts it, and it's great. She wears my hoodie all the time. It makes me very happy. So, I know my dad does from time to time as well. It's really cute. It's really cute. So, like my dad and my mom, they very much respect it, I think. Even my dad, like just now before the stream, he is sick at the moment, so he's not at work today. But earlier, when I started stream, I have a little light outside my door now that indicates whether I'm streaming or not. And my dad took a picture of it and posted it in our family group chat to tell everybody that, oh yeah, Mia's streaming now, don't bother her. Like, he's very sweet about it. The way he shows his support is in very small ways like that, instead of outwardly being like, go Mia, have a great stream tonight. He's not really that kind of person. Yeah, it's very cute, the way that he shows his support for me. My mom, on the other hand, is more of the, I hope you have a good stream tonight kind of person, Or she'll ask me like, oh, do you have a stream tonight? Like she'll also look at my schedule, because I come out with one every week. She'll be like, oh yeah, aren't you doing a stream tonight? Or it's like, how was your stream this morning? She'll ask me things like that because she's aware of it. And it makes me feel very loved. That's really what he is. Yeah, he's a great guy. On live. Yeah, it's very sweet. And my mom replied to that picture of my light being on that my dad sent. She reacted to it with just like a clap of the hands. It's very cute. I had to go in to tell my sister I'm streaming now. Because she's not gonna look at that light, I think. Or, she's just busy doing other things. I don't know. But see, that's just the way that my parents show their support for my career at the moment. My sister, on the other hand, lately has not really done any of that. Like, you guys remember the 3D debut where she walked in, right? There was that. There was the leaving my doors open multiple times to the point where she left all the doors open and I walked out of the shower naked only to see the hallway in plain sight. Yeah, that was not great. If my dad had been standing in the hallway, he would have very much been able to see me. And that scared me. That scared me so much. Yeah, just blatant lack of disrespect lately, and you know, we've talked about it now. We hadn't before, but we talked about it. So I'm gonna pray and cross my fingers that it sticks and she pays attention and she remembers, like, okay, I should at least close the door, right? It's such a little thing. You would think that she'd remember. But no. But no. I cry. I cry. Yeah, Maki, I hope so. That's what I hope. You can't change a person overnight. Just that one talk yesterday is obviously not enough to change her forever. Right? Almost feels like she's in a bit of a rebellion period. Kind of. I agree with that. I think she's also just like much stronger of a person now. Yeah. She also started working out a lot because her boyfriend is very into working out, so she's working out. Now she feels even more powerful. Yeah. I'm hoping that she changes a little bit. I know that the one conversation isn't gonna change her a lot, but I hope that at the very least, it will make her see that this is how we are feeling about her and how we see her talking to us and making decisions for us. And always wanting her way and not letting anyone else have theirs. Things like that. I just hope she sees it a little bit more now. Welcome to the Copium, my lovelies. Welcome. Just a bit more respect now. That's what I hope. I feel like in the past she wasn't like that. Like, it's not that hard to leave things the way you found it. Like, opening, closing a door. It's not that difficult. In the past, I think she would actually close my doors if she came into my room and saw that it was closed in the first place. She would actually close it back, but I don't know what happened lately. She seems very entitled lately. Maybe it's just the way I'm seeing it. I don't know. Effort. I hope her boyfriend does influence her a bit more into hearing people out. You make you smile. Totally worth it. Thank you. I did smile. It sounds very odd, yeah. And I know my sister's trying to make a little bit of a career change where she's stepping out of nursing and into something else. Pretty sure it was real estate things. That's also a situation that's very different from... I feel like what she wants to do with that is very different from nursing, where she's literally gonna have to listen to other people. Yeah. She needs to listen to other people, but... I don't know if she will. I hope she does. I have faith. Maybe the career change is good for her, you know? It's about time. Don't people change their career 6 times in their life? I've changed mine 3 times at the moment. Yeah, I used to work as a chiropractic assistant, then I worked in physical activity research, and Now I'm a VTuber. That's the third change. I wonder what the other three are gonna be. Nothing that people behind. Yes, it is, Mana. Also, good morning. You haven't changed yet. Oh no, Starlight. I mean, that's just the majority of people. Not everyone will. Not everyone changes. You don't have to. It's just on average, I think. I wonder why 6? 6 is a very strange number. Why couldn't it be less than that? Not 3, 4. I know the average amount of times people change their career or the program in university is 2. Was it 1 or 2? Using if you manage a zookeeper. Oh my god, wait, actually. Actually, maybe. I did. You think? What's the other job I had besides VTubing? I feel like I'm missing one. I'm missing something. It was in a hospital. Yeah. Okay, so I've had 4 jobs so far. I guess this is more like career choice. So there's really only been 2. It's healthcare and VTubing. Yes, it's only been 2 so far. It's not. Okay. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm so sleepy. Yeah, I've had a rough couple days. You know, I remember I told you guys last time we had these kind of chats, right? Is I wanted to have more family time, more friend time. And I've gotten it. I've definitely gotten what I asked for. It's just not in the way that I thought I'd ask for it. Like, I'm around them much more in the past couple of days. In good and bad ways, evidently. Like my mum the other day. I think it was... what was it? It was the day before I went to the bank. I think that was on Tuesday. Yeah, it was on Tuesday. On Monday. No, Monday. Monday? Tuesday. Sunday. Oh, wait. No, so Monday. Okay. I'm mathing. Hold on. Okay, so this is how it went down, alright? Sunday, my mom asked me for some money. On Monday, she asked me for even more money. And I was okay. I was like, okay, sure. You're gonna pay me back by the end of the week? Great. Like, I trust my mom. And, it just felt really weird the way that she went about it. Because usually when she asked me for some money, it was very chill, you know? It's more like, oh, can I borrow this? I'll give this back by blah, blah, blah. Easy. I've done the same to her. You know, especially if it's like my card isn't working, or maybe like I don't have cash on me. Things like that. Easy. Simple things. I'm very awkward about it. I was like, why are you asking for me in such a weird way? And the money she was asking for me, I had to get it in a specific form in like at the bank, which is why I went to the bank on Wednesday. And I remember that morning, she texted me and was like, I told her like I felt uncomfortable going and getting the money, and she's like, it's fine, go here. This is the address. Here's a Google Map link. And I was like, whoa, this is really strange because, you know, she's never really pushed for me like this. I was like, I know where the bank is. You don't have to tell me where it is. I'm very aware that where the bank is. I felt a little strange, don't you think? So I went in the end. I got her the money. It was not difficult to do, I think, in the end. Like, I did it. And I was like, I felt kind of used because, or like disrespected a little bit. Because, okay, think about it, right? This is like the turn of events. Sunday, got asked for money from my mom. I was like, okay. Monday, my sister leaves all my fucking doors open and I'm naked in the shower and everyone could see me because she left the doors open. Then I think that my entire family just left without telling me. And when I get there, they just laugh at me for asking why they left without me and ditched me behind and left me behind. Later that day, on Monday, Mom asked me for more money. I'm like, okay, well, after the way you treated me, you still want some. I don't want to give you any, but okay, you're my mom. I can't really. I feel like I can't say no in that situation. And Wednesday, she was like, "Here's the address to a bank to get me my money." I'm like, wait. And only after I told her, I'm at the bank, I got your money. Then she's like, I'm so sorry for like, you know, inconveniencing you like this. Like, I'll definitely get it back to you by the end of the week. Things like that. And I was like, oh, this is so strange. Like, I had, So that night, like Wednesday night, I had like a really big talk with my mom. Yeah, because today's Thursday morning, right? So last night, I talked to her about it. I was like, this feels very, very strange. Are you trying to scam me? Like, what? Why do I feel like you've been using me a lot lately, or just disregarding me? It felt really, really strange. And, you know, we talked it out. It was all just a misunderstanding. She's had her own issues, which is why she was so short with me. But she knew, like, oh yeah, when you go to places, you're really worried about not knowing where things are. So I sent you that Google Map link in hopes that it would make you feel a little bit more safe about knowing where you're going. You know, it was just a misunderstanding of sorts. Which in the end, I was like, okay. But it still hurt, you know? It didn't feel great to be laughed at. It didn't feel great to be left behind like that. And she kept apologizing. She's like, no, that's not my intention. You know I would never do that. I'm like, I know you would never do that, which is why I thought it was strange. So she's like, with the whole thing with your sister leaving doors open and disrespecting you lately, I'll handle it. You don't need to talk to her. I'll do it. It's not about that. I was like, okay. I'll let you handle it. I'll just not think about it. But then last night, I went out of my shower and I was about to go downstairs for dinner, and I could hear my mom and my sister talking, and my sister called me lazy, and I was like, ah, shit. And I felt like, okay, why does she think I'm lazy? I work my ass off all the time. Like, I stream, and I do meetings. I do things off stream too, to like talk to people and network and make sure I don't lose any connections. I make sure I'm on top of my shit, and I edit videos. I'm honestly scrapping a lot of the ones that I recorded in the past, which is why it's taking me so long to come back with another short. It's because I keep making one and I go like, nah, I don't like it. And I remake and I do it again. It's just not going out well. And I also recorded a cover recently, so I've been working on that a bit with updates and stuff. Yeah, it's been a lot that she just doesn't see. And so yesterday, when my mom told her, oh yeah, your sister feels like... I heard her saying it too. Your sister feels like you've been kind of disrespecting her lately, and she's kind of had a problem with you, like, you know, acting the way that you have been around her because of, you know, like the whole stream thing and having to, you know, go through cutting it out and stuff, or leaving my doors open, just disrespecting me kind of. And my sister was like, okay, but she's so lazy. I was like, that's my problem with her. She's lazy. I'm like, what the... Like, okay. Show her the trailer. You know, I had to make another board. I have 2 boards now. I separated it a bit. I have a work one and I have a personal one now. I couldn't handle seeing both in one space. So I have 2 Trello boards. The work one, I shared it with KAWA, so they're more on track with the projects I'm working on. But yeah, the personal one is still the personal one that you guys have access to. Or at least the Domino people have access to. Yeah. 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 Yeah, I'm keeping it separate. It does help. It does help. A little more, I guess, organization to it. Yeah. I know. I know. But it happens. I can't stop it. I've just learned to live with it at this point. I don't know. I don't know. I've given up, man. Like, if this is how she wants to see me, okay, I don't want to put in the effort to try and change her mind about myself. It's... like, if that's how she wants to see me, okay, I'm cool with it. She can think I'm lazy. I don't care at this point. I know that I'm doing well. I'm working my ass off. If she doesn't see it, okay, fine. That's fine with me. I'll happily just know that I'm doing great. Hi, Rio! How you doing? Oh, hi, Reg. Good morning. Good morning. That was a long rant. How's about you? I'm doing great. I need to message you. I need to DM you about something. About something, a little something. Hamburger. Not a hamburger. I don't have one now. I'm a classy tea and crumpets kind of gal today. We're having sophisticated conversations. Hammers can be classy. I don't know about that, but okay. Okay, they can look classy in Genshin. I'll take it in Genshin. Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, I don't know why, but I think it's because I've watched your streams lately. I can hear you say it. Oh, right. I can hear you say it with your voice. With the hot chocolate and cookie. Yeah, hot chocolate and cookies. You know me, you know me. Oh god, I need a stretch. I'm still really sleepy. Yeah, okay, I've been playing so much Beat Saber, right? My deltoids are in so much pain. Oh, it's like my upper bicep is just it's working out muscles that I didn't know I had. And you know, I think with how frequently I've played it, I can see the bump. There's like one bump and then the second one down, right? I can feel the first one forming on my shoulders. It's getting toned. It is hard as a rock right now. I didn't think I had this muscle left in me, but I do. It's a workout burning calories. Starlight, do you play? Do you play? I don't know if you play Beat Saber. We should play sometime. Let's play sometime. That'd be fun. I wanna hold more like Beat Saber things in the Discord, or like just Discord activity night in Discord and just chilling and talking. Played before, but not very good at it. You can play the other modes, just have fun with it. You don't have to be good at it to play it, right? Yes, there's multiplayer. We bought the what am I saying? We I bought the song packs so that I could play BTS and Lady Gaga songs, but I think I'm gonna get it's that pack with all the individual songs in it. The one with Maroon 5 in it. Rez, you don't understand. You need to play it to understand how much effort it is. Yeah, if you don't play it, you'll never know. You can't just assume. It's a tough game. Oh, nice righty. Yeah, I know the majority of the songs. But you've never used it the way that I have, maybe. Maybe. I will do that, I guess. Yay! I'll get you a good workout, Starlight, I promise. You'll get back into shape within a week. I promise. At least with the way that we play. Yeah, I promise you. It's a good workout. My arms have never felt more strong, yet sore at the same time. We weren't flexing on you. It's just that we like playing the harder levels. It's more for fun than anything. I get... With rhythm games, I am competitive with myself. I don't get competitive with other people, though. Yeah. Does that make sense? Like, I just... When it comes to skill-based things, I think my mom, she instilled this in me quite young. Where, even in competitions, right? Like, you kind of... You're forced to go against another person. But what really matters is, like, have you beaten yourself? Your personal best and stuff? Or like, say I did, like, I don't know. Like, if I had a test to do, did I do better on it the first time, second time? Like, as long as I'm bettering myself, that's all that really matters. So, with games and stuff, competitive games like Mario Kart, or what's it called, like Beat Saber or projects like I do my best to like just beat myself. I don't like being put against other people in situations like this. Sometimes just use something out if might stop something to return in 2 hours or something. Yeah, you have to like push through the initial yeah. I'm definitely that kind of person. I don't like being compared. Oh, have a nice day at work, Rio. I will message you after. I'm probably gonna go back and take a little bit of a nap after this. And then I'll message you. I'm sleepy. Have a good day, Rio. Yeah, I'm sleepy. So, Nazi, you can go back to sleep. It's okay. You can go back to sleep. You don't have to keep chatting. It's alright. It's okay. You know, you have a collab with Cozy tonight? Yes, I do. It's at 9. It's in 12 hours. And I have to anyway change it. Yeah, I think it did me good. Prepare me for tonight. I think it's gonna be okay if you say so. If you say so. Were you guys ever the type of person to actually go to cafes and do shit? I don't know about you, but I just was never the type. I couldn't. Well, I guess I used to. Okay, so here's my history with cafes, alright? First year of university, I got my car. I had to commute 2 hours every day to go downtown and then come back for another 2 hours. Very stressful, and I feel like because I was at a school that was so far away, knowing that it would take time to come back home, after class I just never hung out with people. If someone asked me, oh, do you want to study together? Do you want to go hang out with each other before going home tonight? I would always say no. Because I was like, oh yeah, by the time we leave, it's gonna be like this late, and with the commute home, I'm gonna get home at like midnight. So I always pushed it off. I was like, no, I can't hang out. I'm sorry. And doing that made people be like, oh, you probably just don't want to hang out with us because you keep saying no, so we won't ask you anymore. And it's how I ended up losing a lot of friends in my first year of university. So, because considering how I like kept pushing them off, I was like, okay, I guess I'll just, to make some friends, I will bear with the longer, you know, staying late, having a long commute back at a later time. And so my second year, I actually stayed behind at a few cafes, and I would go to like Starbucks or like smaller cafes like Fua Fua, which is a nice souffle pancake place, and it helped some. I did make some friends with that, but I don't know, it felt very forced. Like I kept thinking, oh, I could do this somewhere else. I could have been at the, like, I could have been home by now. Like I kept thinking that every time I stayed downtown and didn't go home right away. Didn't consider living in campus at the time? No, because what happened with my car, the reason why I have it is because my mom gave me like a bit of an ultimatum. She's like, before I started my first year of uni, she was like, would you rather have a car or would you rather live in the dorms or residency for 4 months? And for years. I told her at the time I would have liked to live like downtown on campus, because it was the same amount of money as a car was, but it also would have given me a better experience, I think, with making friends outside of my program and just, you know, being more in the city. But by that point, the date to apply for that, for dorms and stuff, had passed. So I was like, well, even if you give me this ultimatum now, I can't pick the other. I have to have the car instead. And you know, in the long run, a car has lasted me way longer. Right? Like I've had that car 7 years now, almost. It's a good car. I'm very happy with it. And you know, that's why I use it so much. I said I try to use it a lot. Yeah. So yeah, I didn't stay downtown. So yeah, in my second year, in my first semester of the second year, I was like, okay, I'm staying downtown more. I'm hanging out with people more, but I am so fucking tired. So instead, in my second semester of second year, I asked some of my high school friends who lived up where I am to go to cafes and stuff together, to study together. Because even though we were in different schools, at the very least, we could study together and do things together. Right? We didn't have to help each other study or anything, but it would be nice to do it with someone. So I asked them if they wanted to hang out. So I went to cafes a little bit more often. And you know, the ones up here, a little classier, a little quieter, did help with the studying. So we did that. And then in my third year, I finally found like a very good group of friends who would ask me like, would you like to go for bubble tea? We know you like bubble tea. You want to play pancakes? We know you like to play pancakes. So, you know, they would take into account like, oh, this is what everyone liked, and you know, it felt like they were asking me to hang out, not just for like my brains, but they genuinely just wanted to get to spend time with each other. So I felt wanted. It was great. So I was willing to go because it didn't feel like they wanted something from me. And yeah, it was always a cafe. Because there's so many in downtown Toronto. The cafe or library? I like cafes. I don't like libraries. Libraries, at least the one that was on campus, I didn't like very much. It was always full of tryhards and it was such a stressful place. It just didn't feel comfortable to me. Cafes are smaller and more comfy, I think. Yeah. You feel like you can just... You don't have to talk, but you also don't have to be quiet. Less pressure, in my opinion, to be around. And I think at some point I actually just went to cafes on my own to study. Because I felt like if I was at home, I couldn't focus. So I would take the time, get myself dressed up to look presentable and ready to study. Like I felt good about leaving the house to study. I felt sophisticated. So then I went to a cafe and I studied that. You can always get snacks also. That is true. But I didn't like paying for snacks. I just paid for drinks for the most part. Sometimes I go to Starbucks and get some food too though. Do you get feeling someone just wanting to hang out with you? Yeah. I think like that's the same feeling as when people tell me like, oh, I'm coming to your stream. It makes me happy. Because you clearly don't have any obligation to be here. Right? You don't have to watch my streams. It's very much just because you want to spend time with me and that makes me happy. Yeah. Yeah. It's a sweet feeling. I've always had a problem like in my head like, what if people don't want me? What if I'm a bother to people? I've always had that in my brain. But I don't know. You guys make me feel validated that I'm worth being around. No food in Tim's? I don't like Tim's unless it's I'm being cheap. Yeah, what do you think, Nazu? Thank you, Tom. Let's go for yeah. You think I'm fun to talk to and hang out with? I'm glad. I'm glad. This makes me happy. I think when was it? Either tonight or tomorrow night. I'm gonna spend some time in VC. Yeah, probably fall asleep in VC in one of the coming days for sure. I haven't done it in a while. I miss you guys. I miss having my bedtime talk with you guys. It's just nice. Wow, what do you mean, I guess? You mean I guess? You don't like me? You don't like spending time with me? You should tell us about tomorrow? Yeah, but it's not gonna last like 10 hours. I'm not gonna be drunk. Be a little bit tipsy, maybe. No, I've been talking for almost 3 hours. No, 2? 2 hours. I did math right. I'm so used to seeing 9 on the clock that whenever I see 11 something, I'm like, oh yeah, it's been this amount of hours. Probably end the stream at 12. Drinking stream tonight? Yeah, I'm gonna drink a stream tonight. I'm gonna do a thing with Cozy and just catch up on life and stuff. I miss her. I haven't really talked to her properly in the past couple days. Yeah, all of KAWA is just busy. Monty is sick. All the talents are like, you know, they're doing our own thing lately. Yeah. It's been a while. I hope we get to catch up better with each other. Can you imagine? Oh my gosh. It's September now, right? So, this time last year, I was slowly doing more things and I was slowly growing because I played a lot of Pokemon. But I also played, what's it? I think I played a lot of Animal Crossing, lots of Nintendo games at the time. Around this time last year, like I think it's actually October, where I met Cozy and I celebrated reaching 3K. I had 3,000 subscribers. I was celebrating that around this time. It was Kirby, yeah. I played Kirby a lot. I met Cozy through Frey. I think it was around this time of year. If it wasn't this time of year, it was next month. But I know it was around now. And I think it's like a good time to just chill, talk, and catch up. Be like, look over the past year and see what we've done. Yeah, we've both changed, I think. Like, our focuses have just changed quite a bit. Where I'm more focused on Genshin now. Cozy's doing more of the real-life simulation games. And, I don't know, it's different. I'm sure we'll talk about it more tonight. Played some Splatoon together at the time. Yeah, which is... Oh my god, that makes so much sense because the Splatoon anniversary is coming up. And there's a DLC that's going to be out. There's Splatfest and... Whoa. It's been a while. Wow. Oh. I suppose... Oh, wait. We haven't played Splatoon together in a while. I think... We'll play that soon. Played that in a while. It's been a very long time. I haven't opened that game in a hot minute. When is it should be out next week? Exactly, yeah! I was planning on getting it so I can play it on stream. My Pokemon, I need to redo all the gyms. I haven't done them yet. I haven't got around to all the gyms again yet. Man, I miss playing Pokemon. I wonder if it's still very buggy. Because it was the first time that Pokemon ever attempted like an actual multiplayer. You've never played Splatoon before? My god. I said that to myself last year too. Like, I had never actually played Pokemon. But... I mean, not Pokemon, Splatoon. And I was really worried I wouldn't like it because... I'm not good with shooting games in any way. But turns out I'm actually pretty good at Splatoon. I know how to ink, apparently. We can have a Splatoon night again. We get back into practice with our team tactics and shit. Last time we played, I think, I'm always very good at support. I like my Gal gun. My 5.2 Gal gun. But when I'm alone, I use that very same gun to be main DPS instead, and it's great. Yeah. I think I'm good at being a support player. I'm very good at choke points and stuff. What I hate is when people tell me what to do in Splatoon because they think I'm too stupid to be able to play myself. You know, okay, there is something that had bothered me a lot when I first started playing games. Like proper games that require tactic and thinking. So, things like Genshin or like Splatoon, Genshin, even Kirby this happened, I think. What else? Persona 5? Yeah, it happened with a lot of like long games, series games, or just things that you'd play consistently for a long time. Not backseating, no. It's when I played with other people. Obviously I don't play in the Discord all the time, but with other people. Let's just say other people for now. There would be a person or two that would specifically target me and be like, Mia, stand here and do this, and you know, like, or they tell me, that's not a good decision, do this instead. And it was in a way that was very condescending. Like they didn't think I was good enough to strategize and play on my own. And it felt very demeaning. And it's kind of one of the reasons why I stopped playing games with people for a while. It felt very disrespectful. I'm the kind of person who does have a lot of guy friends. And it felt like they didn't treat each other like that though. Like with each other, they would just let each other do their own thing and trust that they knew what they were doing with the weapons that they had. But for me, it was like, Mia, since you have this, you should do this and this and this. Or it's like, when this happens, do this. Or during a game and stuff, they'd be like, Mia, come over here, over here, over here, do this, do this. And it was always specifically targeted to me, and I hated that. So I was like, I know I'm not stupid at the game. I play just as well or even better than some of the people that I play with, and they still think that I need direction or they should be the ones to give me said direction. And I was like, no thank you. So I stopped playing with them for a while. Oh, good morning, Monty. Good morning. Good morning. How you doing? Are you still sick? Are you okay? I know you got the Rona. I hit my head on the competitive ninja flat out. Yeah. That's why I play Splatoon with friends only. Like friends that I know will not tell me to do certain things. Like with Cozy. Like whenever I play Splatoon with Cozy, it's great. Yeah. And you know what? When I played Valorant for the first time with Seni, she very much was just like, yeah, you can do this, because she knew I was really like, I needed help and I asked for it. She didn't do anything until I asked for it, which is why I loved playing with her so much. Yeah. It's I think that's why I'm so proud of myself when I play Genshin now. Is I can make decisions for myself now because I've learned and I've studied. And in the beginning, a lot of people did that, where it's like, you should use this, use that. Or they'll look at my artifacts and be like, why do you have this on them? I'm like, leave me alone, okay? Let me just do what I want. I'm not in it for the meta. I'm in it for the aesthetics, okay? It's like the decision of not using Bennett. Exactly! Exactly! I don't like him, so I won't use him unless I absolutely need to. And I don't. I know he can make Lenny much stronger, but I can make Lenny stronger without him, okay? Fuck you. I built him up. He has, like, all his artifacts are 20 plus now. Like, they're all leveled up. They're maxed out. And you know what? They might not even be the best pieces. But, fuck it. I don't care, because I don't like him. I built him out of spite, and I'm never gonna use him. That's just how it is. Build Coco, please. I gave her a 4-piece ocean clam set. They're not leveled up or anything. I'm gonna have to like use the box, but I don't have enough artifacts to put in the box. So I'm gonna keep farming Linny's one because his drop rate is for his hunter set is just so bad. I'm gonna yeah, I'm gonna have to just farm a bunch of Linny ones. And Zhongli ones! Well, built him to stand in the corner for Max and Benny shaming. Yep! I don't like him. He's just gonna... He's not gonna... no. He's not doing shit on my team. He's so bad. I don't... Like, he's good at... I get the attack buff. I understand it. I know the numbers are bigger with him in it. But... his healing just isn't enough for me. No. No. It's not enough. I could make him a bit more, but then the attack buff would go down. It's not balanced. And no, I don't like him. I don't. But yeah, I do want Zhongli. I do. I need him for Wanderer. It's because the shield. And then he won't get knocked down all the time. I want... who do I want? I need to get Zhongli. I have enough of his talent mats, so I don't need to farm those. What I do need though is his boss, because I have no characters that are fit to fight the boss, the Geo Hypostasis. Most I have is Linny, that does the most damage now. And then if you're not enjoying this, playing that way. I like having so right now instead of Benny, I actually have I have Baiju because he heals really well and has the shield. It's nice. It's nice. Jonathan Wonder so much more usable. Wait until Friday. I'm gonna have him on Friday. My Geo Daddy is coming home on Friday. I promise. Soon. Soon. I just need a lot of HP. I need a lot of HP. I'll get it. I'll get it. Oh god. What time is it? 11:52. Oh my. Oh, they found the milk, did he? I mean... perhaps. Mayhaps he found the tea. Don't have to word it like that. Don't have to word it like that. Hiya. Hiya. Nah. Let me see who I can raid. I don't want to end the stream yet. I just want to look for someone. No, that's not. Who are you? Do I know you? Ah! I know you. I know you. Yeah, okay. You can raid her. Alright, I know who we're gonna raid. Okay, that's for later though. Daddy's coming home. I already have a daddy. I have Dendro Daddy. Remember? He's my daddy. Geo Daddy is everyone else's, but Dendro Daddy's mine. I have a big love for my Dendro Daddy. I'm not into Geo characters, remember? I do love his voice actor though, in all the languages. Great voice actor. Alhaitham's voice doesn't hit as hard, I think. Geo Daddy's hits hard. I do like his voice actor. He's looking about I like the TBS character with the this is my daddy. Many like it, but this one is mine. The first year for JP about like a same. I like the JP and I like the CN voice actors. They just I really like the Chinese ones personally. I mean that is the original one. But I just like I don't know. I like the CN voices. They sound very soothing to me. Even like okay, if you hear Baiju and his voice lines, half of them are that little snake around his neck, and in English it sounds very high pitched, a little bit squeakier, more animated. With the Chinese voice actors for Baiju and the little snake, it just is more subtle that it's to a point where when they actually talk, you can barely tell that they're talking, and it doesn't distract you so much from the game. When it's the EN one, it does distract me from the game a bit because it's so starkly different. And then we change your mind about Geo. He's so awesome. Yeah, I know that Geo is really strong. Or it can be. It's very similar to Animo, I think, in the way that it's strong but more physical versus not so physical. Like Rock and Air, right? I understand why they can be very strong, especially with the petrification thing. But I just don't I don't like them. I don't think it's because of the element itself. I think it's more so the design of the characters that are in it. And yeah. I think CNVA is more like directed. Yeah, I feel the same. With all the original ones, right? Like, because Chinese is the OG language for the game, which is why the mouth sync works the best with Chinese. It just... like, you know that's what it was intended to say, so it feels like the emotion's more there. It's... and then things get lost in translation sometimes, right? TN voices, I think, are for the... it is original, yeah. And I think just with that alone, you can tell what the original people were trying to indicate with the voice lines and how they say things. It's like, this is the original intent. Ah, did they? Huh. I just have really kills playing. Don't want to hear the dude cough every time I sprint. I don't know, that I tune it out. I don't really hear it anymore. And to be fully honest, I don't sprint with him. He's not on the field a lot of the time for me. I hear him like if he's standing idly, then I hear him talk, but I don't travel with him, so yeah, because the reason, okay, so the way that I play, right, is the first character on the team is one that I'm just gonna E and then switch out, and then 2 and 3 are the same, where it's like I'll either E burst or something and then switch out, and then number 4 is my main DPS that's on field 90% of the time. So in the end, the only people I really see out on the field for an extended period of time is gonna be my first character and my last one, first and fourth, right? I don't really hear Baiju all that much, considering he's typically my number 2. Yeah, I don't hear them very much. So the people that I've heard the most lately is Kazuha and Linny, because Kazuha's always like the first person that I have on a team, if he's ever in a team. Or I could reverse order it and make Linny number 1 and Kazuha number 4, but either way, you would know, like, this is the person I'm using first. So whoever I'm using first is always gonna be the person I travel with. It's just easiest that way in case I come across something and I need to, like, I don't have to switch characters. If I come across something I need to fight, it just makes the most sense. Maybe that's just me. It could just be a me thing. Does it get old? Does he not have another line? No, I guess they all only have one line, huh? Maybe they need to make another line. I don't know. Oh, my broken nail is still very much broken. It hasn't grown out yet, and it bothers me. Use it all the time in the menu. Oh, I guess he says it when you're trying to do things with him, right? Bye bye, Rez. I will see you around. Thank you for coming. I'm so sleepy. What time is it? Okay, it's past noon. I think I can get ready to wake people down. I am gonna go take a nap and continue sleeping just a bit. And then I'm gonna have lunch. I have some work things I need to get done with the cover and talking to some people. And scheduling some things for next week. That's a next week issue. And after that... No. I'm just gonna stream. Oh, I need to draw. There's something I need to work on. Yeah. 감사합니다. Oh wow, my head. Boko, I hope you have a nice day. Yeah, 좋은 날. 오늘 밤 더 봐. 나 방송할 거야. 오늘 밤 방송할 거야. 코코의 아침. 어쩐지 지금 들려 하고 싶어. 다시 싶어. 침대. Okay, I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna go to sleep. I'll see you guys tonight for the stream. I hope. Yeah, I'll see you guys tonight. See you guys tonight. That'd be good. I think it'd be a very fun stream because of all the drinking stuff that we're gonna do. I think it'd be nice. Yeah. I'm just gonna be chill talking about stuff, about life. Yeah. I know it's noon, which means it's kind of prime time for people in the Western world to have the lunch breaks. And it's like the time where people on the other side of the world are ending work. I feel like I should start streaming at noon instead of at 10 sometimes, but then you wouldn't have the morning Mia sounds, which I know you guys like, so... I don't know, maybe one day I'll just stream the entire day and see how it goes. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Okay, good now. I'm gonna raid... Actually, yeah, this is a better idea. I'm gonna raid into my next stream tonight. Yeah, I'll raid into my next stream tonight so I don't have to worry about saying hello to people. You're welcome for the morning stream. I hope there's like a good amount of blood watches for this stream. Very good chill one, I think. Lots of fun topics to talk about. Yeah. I'll see you guys later. Bye. おやすみへ。今日来てくれてありがとう。また明日 No. I'm sleeping. No. 夜に見ててね。またね。それじゃあみんな。バイバイ。これはそこまば。おやすみなさい。見えないね。見えないね。あー。